Good morning. And thank you very much, all of you, for coming here. You will meet amazing people, experts who have thought deeply and discussed with their colleagues in order to be able to present you with some of the best thinking available. More than 600 people has gathered here today. And in these digital times, of course, not only welcome to you who are here, also welcome to the people who are following us web stream. Also welcome to students, also those students who follow us web stream, and to those who will accept our student challenge. What would you do if you were in the seat of our experts today? Obviously, we're in critical times when it comes to digital technology. It's a time where we have to decide between different possible futures. There's still hope for a future where digital technology lives up to its potential. The potential to make our lives better, more connected, where innovation is strong, where values and democracy are deeply embedded in the way technology works. But the reverse is also possible. The opposites, of course, that exists as well. And the thing is that it's not technology who shall decide what future we end up in. It's the choices we make, the choices we put in place as citizens, as elected Democrats, as enforcers in respect of the law. And of course, decades from now, people will, in these relatively early days of digitalization, to see what choices did they make. Will they look back on us to say, well, they did well, or will they say they weren't up to the challenge? That's a big job, of course, because digitization is everywhere. It's in the future of our markets, our jobs, our social interaction, even in our democracy. And the rules we need to make technology serves society, well, they have to cover a canvas that's broader than technology in itself. Not even competition policy has all the answers. I know this will run us breaking. There will be a yellow bar in a minute. But that is the thing. But that being said, each policy has its role to play, and competition policy as well, in helping build a relationship between people and technology that is balanced and fair, and that works in every part, also in market relations where we buy digital services. And we can be citizens, but of course also business customers. This is a fact of life in the entire value chain. And to keep markets open and competitive, we need competition policy to be at its best, giving consumers the power to demand better quality at lower prices from the companies that they deal with, and them a wide choice of innovative ideas. And that at the same time while we transition into economies and societies that are sustainable and live up to our climate promises. This is the thing that we will discuss today. And I hope that you will find that the experts who have accepted our invitation, that they have thought about this. But not only the expert that we called upon today have thought about this. A few months ago, we put out a call for contributions to help us guide debates and discussions in this conference. We got more than 100 replies from every side, I think, of this debate. They're all published on our website for you to look at. Maybe not today, because there will be no boring moments, but at another time. And it's interesting to see how issues come up again and again and again in those contributions. we see the same concern as to what it could mean for competition, as data becomes a vital tool for doing business. There are worries that just a few companies will control the data that you need, and that may make real competition impossible. We keep hearing concerns about the power of platforms, about the way they control our access, businesses as well as us as individuals, to important digital resources, and how, by controlling the terms of access, expand their power across the digital world. And we hear many worries that big digital businesses might be blocking paths that deliver innovation to consumers. We hear that promising ideas from small innovators, well, they can disappear. Not because they're not worth it, not because that they couldn't be successful with customers, but because bigger business buy them in order to kill them. There's a lot of about these challenges. And then, of course, the big question is, how should we respond? How should we frame the questions and the problems in order to be able to discuss solutions in a focused manner? How serious are these? And what should competition policy do in order to keep markets open? Well, the thing is that we would like, of course, to balance things out, because we still need businesses to innovate, to want to be in that digital marketplace. So obviously, the challenge is not just to squeeze in, but also to make sure that there is a real openness for new things to happen. We don't know if we should just reinterpret the rules we have already, or to what degree we should add new rules. These questions easy to answer. And this is, of course, why we reach out. Actually, just as a note, if I found it easy, we would reach out as well, because I might be wrong. Because this is for us. This is for the community, the very wide community, to participate, to find answers. Because if we don't participate from business side, from consumer sides, from organizations, from NGOs, from professionals in this area, there's a risk that we get an unbalanced answer. And this is why I'm so happy that so many of you have taken the trouble to travel here, to take a full day. As an economist, immediately you start calculating the resources that we're using today. It's a lot of working hours that goes into this. So, so better make the best of it. And this conference will play a big role for us. We started almost a year ago, March 2018, by appointing 3 special advisors to prepare for us a report and competition. And I want to thank all 3 of them for being here with us today, being part of the processes today, making sure that our panels stay relevant. And I have no doubts that today's discussion will be part of what informs them as to what comes into our report. But your involvement, it shouldn't stop here. I hope that today it will spark off ideas about where technology is going, about how competition policy needs to adapt. And I don't want these ideas just to be forgotten, just another day out of the office with a wonderful cup of competition coffee. I want you all to stay with me on this journey. So after this conference, we'll invite all of you who are here and those who follow web stream to share the lessons you learned, or the ideas that it sparked, or the concerns it gave you, to tell us what issues do you find to be the most important ones, and to help us guide in the choices and the recommendations we will make. We're entering a very political season. There will be national election in at least 9 member states. there will be a European Parliament election. And these issues are not just for the competition community. These are issues for citizens all over Europe, and to some degree also all over our planet. And this is why in shaping it and showing that this is not for technology to decide our future, it is for us. And this is again why I find it is so important for students who follow to take up our challenge. Because some of the students who are newcomers to economics, to competition policy, to the tech world, to see how they can contribute to shape our future, that is very, very important. I'm of course getting ahead of myself, because it's too early to ask you to tell me what you learned. We have a fascinating program. It is very, very tight on schedule, and we don't want to lose the coffee breaks. Because you know what it is with coffee breaks. You meet people that you didn't think you would meet, and sometimes you're pushed just slightly out of your comfort zone because it's someone from another part of this competition world. I'm keen to get the debate started. So thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for following us, and I hope that I can also thank you for staying with us in this important endeavor. Thank you very much.